Hi everyone, it's the end of 2024. Good lord, time really...
Damn, Alakazam.
I was reminded of the mob wife aesthetic that was popular this year. Popular, was trending. And I was kind of a little shocked by that because it feels like it was not last year. It feels like it's been a long time ago. So it's kind of a really weird situation where I both feel like time is going really fast and really slow at the same time. We're going to talk about some of the most popular and more prominent trends in fashion this year, specifically popular culture. I'm not going to be talking about the most influential runway shows or anything like that, just because honestly, you would have to be doing a video on a runway show of specific brands and talking about those brands as a whole instead of talking about overall trends in the industry. And there's also another video that I'm preparing that's about the concept of luxury. It's kind of inspired by the fact that the luxury sector has been dwindling this year. I want to preface this by saying that honestly, I feel like we're doing the same thing every fucking year. And the only reason why I even do these videos is not because I actually believe in trends or that you have to be following them. I clearly do not, because otherwise I would have stopped wearing fairy dresses already because they went out of style because people overused them. Like the whole fancy club aesthetic that they popularized, that people worn to death to the point where now if you put it on, people are asking, didn't you know it's other came?
Bullshit.
I've been wielding my Mandarin too haphazardly, and I might do a pop culture tier list video or something along those lines. If you want me to do it, let me know. Leave one of your favorites and one of the worst moments in pop culture from last year if you want me to rank them. But personally, I'm over trends, I'm over capitalism, and I can't be doing this no more. So we're doing this purely for entertainment reasons. If you yourself like those styles that I'm going to be talking about, and if I'm like making a joke or two about it, girl, just wear them. Stick to it if you like it. And we are going to start with obviously cherry red. Cherry red famously got a boost. A bunch of brands at the same time started making things in oxblood color, then in cherry red color. I'm personally a red color enthusiast. Most of my dresses are red, my skirts are red, I wear red nails a lot. I get why someone would want to wear red. Do I think it's a little strange how during certain years it's really easy for you to buy a certain color of clothing and then in other years you can't fucking find it anywhere? Yes. I find it to be a little bit crazy just how hyper focused all of those companies are on particular colors. And honestly, it's all pretty easily explainable based on just like the programs that they use to predict trends. I don't know why they even need those, to be honest, because it's not that difficult to predict them, but they do use them. It's like kind of very standard practice. A lot of companies just like pay money for a program. They just like forecast fashion, all of a sudden there's all this red everywhere. I was living for it. I haven't really bought a lot this year at all because, well, that's how I am. I don't really buy things that often. That's why I don't really promote things that often on my channel or anything like that. But I got so lucky with this jacket. I found this jacket at Value Village, going through this Value Village boutique type of deal. Do you know they made a separate thing that they called Value Village Boutique? Don't know why. I guess like the selection is better, but it still has Shein in there. Tons of Shein in there. So I do not know where they got the fucking audacity to take a Shein shirt that costs $4 on the website and sell it for $7 secondhand. The audacity is insane. I genuinely, Value Village is like, they're my fucking nemesis. But regardless of all of that, the jacket that I found there though, a fucking banger. The stitching is perfect. The buttons, perfect. The color itself is so gorgeous, so beautiful, deep, great. Turned out that it's actually real leather too. And I snagged it for like $37. Yeah. I love this shade of red. There's nothing I can do. I love it. So I was happy about it trending just because I could find things. But at the same time, I don't really buy anything. So who cares, I guess. Micro shorts. I like micro shorts, but I think it's not a style that is versatile, obviously. I don't think that a lot of people can actually get on board with it, even if they want to. It's not particularly warm. The shortness gets to a point where your butt cheeks are hanging out, so it's kind of a style that can only flourish at a time like this when people are suddenly so fat phobic again and chill about it. We started getting the same fucking problem of a bunch of celebrities being clearly anorexic and everyone being like, no they're not, we're kind of in the same fucking issue that we had back in like 2000s, the entirety of 2000s to be honest. I know when people are starting to get weird about weight and when they're starting to get really, really fat phobic, when people stop asking me how I got my ass. Like as soon as people stop asking me, what do you do? Like what kind of squats? As soon as people stop asking me about that, I know it's coming. Because that's just how it fucking works. If you naturally have an hourglass figure and you have actual like ass or you have boobs or something, you know that you've got weird ass questions like that in the 2010s. And as soon as they stopped in 2020s, honestly in 2019 at the end probably, people like it kind of petered out. So I already knew it's coming, that people are going to be weird as shit about food again. I just did not realize that it would be with Ozempic, that people wouldn't even have to diet anymore and just take medication that they don't need. That's a whole other fucking topic, because I don't even want to get into a whole medicine conversation and how it works in our society. But these shorts, they're cute on paper. I would say they're uncomfortable to wear unless you're wearing tights, because you're constantly worrying about it, like writing up or writing down or whatever it is. It's more like cute for pictures, I would say. If you're a stylist, for a little editorial, it's not really comfortable to wear. It was cute for a moment. Balloon skirts. Okay, I know that a lot of people dislike those, okay? I get it. I think that you dislike them because you've seen them styled in such a horrible way, first of all. In general, balloon skirts are cute. Personally, I was kind of over them before 2024 even started, because it was kind of more of a 2023 type of deal for me. I think that it just kind of got picked up by the Western world in 2024. The East was over it already. We all know that the West is always like 3 seasons behind at least, so it makes sense. But I was kind of over it before it even became so fucking big that even Aritzia fucking sells it. You know that the trend is over when Aritzia got it. They just take so long to actually know what's coming, what's going to be looking cute, that by the time they arrive there, you're kind of over it. However, just because the qualities of some of those pieces are not bad, you have to go into the store obviously and like touch them and see how they're made to actually buy them. But sometimes when a style that I really love becomes trendy, I'm a little bit excited for when it actually gets to Aritzia, because that means that I can get a piece or two of my favorite style of clothing that's actually gonna be decent quality. So, you know, Aritzia taketh, Aritzia giveth. Listen, this one I take fucking personally, all right?
This is where I belong.
So, I mean, for years now on this channel, I've been wearing this leopard print shirt, and for the new podcast season of the art podcast, we went for a 2009 type of aesthetic of faux fur, leopard print coat type of deal, and leopard background and stuff like that. And I didn't realize how much people were wearing fucking leopard this year, because once again, I was done with trends last year. I was already fucking pissed with them, and I just couldn't even pretend to give a fuck. But now, the amount of people, you guys are bullies, okay? This guy is cool fucking bullies. The overabundance of leopard print. Some of the messages that I got with like leopard print, I hate it. It makes everything look cheap and stuff like that. And I'm just there like,
This is where I belong.
what the hell, you guys? It's an attack on my rights. It's an attack on one of my favorite things. And honestly, now that I looked at how many people wore it last year, I was so annoyed. Like, fuck, I swear to God, every year, one of my favorite things gets snatched by the fast fashion industry. But also like, whatever. Colorful tights. You know, I found it really, really strange when I moved to Canada, and I realized that people here don't really wear tights. And I think that because it was so popular this year, some people actually purchased some tights, and I could see some people wearing them on the streets, and I was like, oh, okay. Especially those that are slightly see-through, not just like really, really opaque ones. I think that they're such a standard. I just found it really weird that it wasn't normal for like 10 years or so. I went to high school in Calgary, okay? It's cold as shit sometimes. Well, not that cold, but it's cold. It gets cold there. I was just so shocked to see a bunch of Canadian girls wearing skirts and no tights in the winter, to the point where I was just like, what the hell is going on? I think it would be okay or normal if I moved somewhere like California and people weren't wearing tights around me and it wasn't like a normal thing. But moving to Canada, a place where it's actually really cold, or at least cold enough to wear tights, and people don't wear them, it was really bizarre. So at this point, like, yeah, it became popular and people are gonna be wearing them more often for the next couple of years, but I'm kind of glad that that's happening because I personally think it's real weird not to wear them, especially in the winter. Like, what do you mean you're wearing a pencil skirt and no tights? What's going on? Fur coats is a hell yeah from me all day and all night, obviously, but the thing is, it's like every other year the Westerners like discover this Slavic shit, and like, I swear to God, the amount of girls who were weird as shit to me in high school about wearing like a furry hat, they're like obsessed with their favorite influencers wearing them, is bizarre. I don't know, when something is you can see it. You can see it without somebody else telling you that because it's trending, it's sometimes it just is, and you can tell by just looking at it. So I don't understand. Ugh, whatever. It specifically bothers me when they're going specifically for the whole mob wife aesthetic. That was stupid as shit. That was just so stupid. I think honestly, like when it's teenagers doing that type of deal, I look at them and I'm like, well, that's kids. But when it's adults saying stupid shit like that, and not in a way of like, oh my god, mobs are nothing to joke about. Like, obviously, like, it's not about that. It's that grown women are like, I'm going for a mob wife aesthetic, and this is how you achieve it. When will we stop being fucking posers all the time? I swear to God, like, just wear, like, you can wear things you find cute. It's just really, really weird that, especially when it's an adult, you kind of have this stupid ass approach to everything where it just feels very fake on so many levels. And honestly, the fur coats is not even the biggest culprit in that, because this is pretty standard, I would say. What is the biggest culprit, and I know that a lot of you also were annoyed by that, was the Jane Birkinifying bags. First of all, when people sent this to me, I was like, what the hell is that about? Because I did not get any of that on my For You page. I think that my For You page is mostly just politics and news and shit, and depressing, but whatever. In this particular case, when I looked it up, I was like, oh, you mean decorating your bag, which is a thing that we were already doing last year en masse. It's been a thing forever, but we've been doing it en masse last year. It was mostly with bows and other shit like that. This year, apparently, it became a really big trend to take a Birkin bag, grab a bunch of fucking trinkets. In this case, with this girl that I found a video of, literally getting trinkets from Hermes that look like this, by the way. Why the fuck would they make... Can we fix it? Baby, can we fix it or fix it? That orange horse, that's the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't understand why they would ever do that. This is what I mean by poser, annoying ass shit. It's not that they're decorating their bags. Decorating your bag is a cute thing. I personally love when people decorate their bags or their accessories in general, their phones or their laptops. I love that shit. However, what the fuck do you mean Jane Birkinifying my bag, buying 300 trinkets, whether it's Temu or Hermes? I don't give a damn. I honestly don't give a damn whether one of them is $900 and the other one is $1. It's just still so stupid to get so many of those things to just put them on your bag, when the whole point, or not even the point, but I guess the reason why Jane Birkin's bag was so universally, maybe not revered, but liked and looked up to in a certain way, or people looked at it and thought that it was cool, was because it was authentic to her. She would live her life, find a fucking trinket, a scarf that she wanted to carry around or whatever, and just tie it to her bag for functionality reasons, or wear this little trinket because she found it somewhere and she wants to keep it and she doesn't want it to be in a pocket somewhere inside the bag, so she just put it somewhere on the bag. And it's just so weird to see constantly manufacturing a personality, manufacturing a life, manufacturing trends, manufacturing everything. It's exhausting and it's stupid, honestly. Like, decorating your bag, amazing. Decorating your bag because there's a trend on TikTok and because you wanted to look a certain aesthetic that you found somewhere and just copy and paste it. Like, you're literally looking online for a specific object or like 50 of them to put on your bag so you can come off as this nonchalant girl, Jane Birkin-esque girl who's like just this French little girly who is so free. It's just at some point you have to divorce yourself from trends. It's fun to talk about them sometimes. Sure, it's fun to talk about them if you're a professional in this industry, especially because you're talking about this in relation to what is going on in society. And especially back then when it was in a more authentic way was related to people's lives, like the whole thing with makeup sales going up when the economy is bad. Now, even that isn't happening anymore because we're just that poor in terms of masses. The statistics that have been released for this year are abysmal. It's all stupid as hell. And this is a symptom of it, you know? This manufacturing of something, constantly manufacturing a personality. There are people who would get inspired by models, actors, by singers before. It's pretty common. However, nowadays, it's more about the quantity, optics at a really, really high velocity of replacement. So we're consistently making this weird shit that doesn't actually become a part of us in any type of way. You can get inspired by something like Jane's bag. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's so weird seeing how people are consistently doing this, and this is all that they are. It's all about just coming off as something even remotely extraordinary. It's a very similar topic to that video that I've made about Jojo Siwa and this fake rebellion that people need in their lives in order to be okay with what's going on and in order to feel like even if they're benefiting from being a dickhead, that they have a right to it because they're rebelling or they have this rebellious streak in them. It's just all fake bullshit. This is what's kind of really disturbing about all of this, is that we even have to have these conversations. What do you mean? Like oftentimes I would be talking to people and they're like, Lisa, if we wouldn't have had all of these luxuries, all of these little trinkets, how would we be who we are? And I just am horrified. And I know that it might be because, again, I do live in the West and I'm surrounded by people who lived in, these conditions their entire lives, and their parents lived like this and their grandparents lived like this. But I'm not getting what you're putting down. And I think that's fucking weird. I think it's a real weird to be defining yourself by material possessions. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy them. Like a nice bag is nice. A good coffee in the morning is really great. A fucking phone that is not breaking apart and is actually functioning well is nice. But it's just so weird how people build their entire personalities and identities around it. That's just plain weird. If you have this tendency to consistently change everything about you or manufacture personality every fucking 2 seconds, I think you need to maybe slow down on consumption and figure out who the fuck you are outside of what you watch, what you wear, and what you buy. Because it's impossible. It's genuinely like you need to, and I know that it's impossible to get a personality or anything like that. I'm not saying get a personality. I'm just saying, dude, be a person. Just care about something else sometimes. Anyway, chainmail pieces. I have talked about this actually, that it's going to trend this year, like more medieval type of deal. And Chappell Roan is kind of one of those people who had the biggest moment with this style this year. I personally love it. I always loved it. And I always hope that we kind of appropriate old aesthetics or old pieces and maybe make them a part of our lives again, like little coin purses or pocket mirrors and stuff. Yeah, like I like those types of things. The only problem with them is that they're always made in a way that it's impossible to fix them. So when you buy them, you're kind of screwed if they break, and they break so quickly. It's just honestly depressing. I just want things that just really speak to me and that I can have with me for a really long time. I don't need a new fucking shiny thing every 2 business days. I just don't get why it's so impossible to find things that are like for a fair price. Whatever. Wide, oversized jorts and a big belt. And a lot of people who sent this in, they were like, oh, I'm so tired of this. And like, I totally get it. I get it. It's cute in some people, depending on how it's styled. Like, I get it. It is, however, getting ridiculous how often it's used by people who are in the fashion adjacent spaces. But honestly, you should look less at people in fashion for fashion, unless you're talking about somebody who is a designer who designed everything themselves and learned everything themselves and contributes in a really interesting way with their designs and with their concepts. There's no fucking point in looking at those people at all, because I genuinely am so tired of it. It's just I see some of the people, like people I work with, people who are on photo shoots, whatever, like when I come in and I assist either the photographer or I come in and I, do some styling or something like that, I just genuinely, the work is always derivative, and this is what you're kind of getting when you're following fashion people who have to pump out shit all the fucking time. It's not authentic to them in any type of shape or form. I just don't give a fuck about trying to be liked by corporations when you're an artist, and I don't give a about fashion as not an art form. If you care and you want to talk about Dior of all things, okay, I guess we can do that. It's gonna be a waste of time though, so I don't know why you would want to do that, but this is getting so pissy and hatey. I was supposed to be really cute and nice today. I had a feeling in me that it's gonna be cute and nice today, and it just didn't turn out that way. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a video where I'm just talking about things I like this year, and they're mostly gonna be things. I'm gonna try and think of something that is accessible, not things, maybe material things, jeans or something like that, things that are still accessible to everybody, not personal moments that don't matter to anybody but me. I want to do a positive video. Anyway, the jorts with the belt, yeah, it's everywhere, everyone's wearing it. I personally have never been a fan because this is not a type of deal that I ever wear, not because it's ugly on everyone or something, or because I hate it. It's mostly because it's just not my cup of tea at all. It wouldn't look good on me, definitely. And I think that it was cute for a moment, but I think I'm over it too. Now, also, there's a lot of people who sent me a message about overstyled NYC fashion student shit. And yeah, well, that's most people that I know who are in fashion. They're in between Vancouver and NYC. And yeah, I get it. Every single fucking bitch on that fake maximalist shit or fake minimalist shit. And also most of them are obsessed with Rick Owens. And that's it. And I know some people that I like that love Rick Owens, so it's not a slight to him. But every person who's also got no identity of their own always jump to all black Rick Owens. Because what else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna give, right? NYU, FIT, Parsons, the three fucking horsemen of the apocalypse. The fourth one, I don't even know what that would be. There's also this trend of bloquette. Honestly, it's always adjacent to the NYC student thing. I would say that probably all of them wore that last year. Maybe not all. Okay, let's do 80%. Let's be real about this. It's okay. It could be cute sometimes. There's some people who can really style it well and whatever. Recently, maybe last week, I was on fucking TikTok, come across a video of a girl standing in her kitchen, bopping a little bit, and the text being oh, the Sophia Richie, Nicole Richie? Sophia. No, Sophia. One of the rich, I don't fucking know. The Richie girl dance trend. Then I scroll some more, another video like that pops up. I'm okay, why is everyone talking about Sophia Richie dancing? And they're just standing in the kitchen doing nothing, bopping a little bit, and for some reason just talking about Sophia Richie. So I was okay, well, let me click on the search, automatic search thing that TikTok does. And I couldn't find a video where a Sophia Richie was dancing. Did she delete it? Did someone else delete it? Where's the video where she's dancing? And then I fucking realized that the video that I was seeing, that was at the very top, hundreds of re-uploads of it, that was the video people were talking about. I need America to be serious for one fucking second. What dancing are we talking about? Who is dancing? Where's the dancing? You mean she entered the screen to the beat of the song? Not even that much. Not even that much. I'm doing too much already. And a bunch of fucking white girls doing this dance. I needed to lie down after that because you guys are silly. Sometimes you guys just pull something out that is diabolical. Is that what Americans think dancing is? Is this a Western thing? Is it just an America thing? Am I just missing something culturally here? What is going on? I should have told my mom, you don't have to train for 15 years to get on stage and perform. You know what you should have done? You should have just walked into the frame of a TikTok video. That's all she needed to do. Fuck training rigorously with strict Soviet coaches. Why would you do that if you could just waltz into the fucking, not even waltz, oh my god, step into the frame. Why wouldn't you? Sometimes I'm just like baffled. Sometimes I just don't understand what's going on. Ever. Honestly, do I ever understand what's going on anymore? I feel like not. And it's not Sophia's problem, by the way. I don't know the girl. I don't know if she's like, what she's doing, what she's up to, whatever. But in this situation, it was just other people looking at her just vibing to a song and then running with it and calling it a dance, which was just so disturbing. And I think that if I just vibed to a song and people decided to go around saying that this is my dance, I would die of embarrassment. It wouldn't be maybe fair to me, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to survive it because that's just how ridiculous that was. Was this video too negative? Fuck, what should I say? I started watching Teen Wolf, never watched it before. Dylan O'Brien, absolutely so cute. Styles is so adorable. I absolutely love him. Just to give you a bit of a framework here, I'm on second season, so if he does something diabolical somewhere after second season or during it, I don't know about it yet. All I know so far, he's adorable and I absolutely love him, and I cannot believe no one snatched him like immediately right there. He's so cute. Not to be like this, and this is not a dig at his masculinity, but like he's got something motherly about him, and I love that in a man. Like that's just so cute. He really went against the patriarchy, and you learn to be not only useful to society but like thoughtful, quick on your feet, and adorable. That's fucking crazy. I love that. Did that fix the the negativity thing? Did it? I feel like it probably didn't. I'll be back soon. If you have any requests for Christmas stuff or New Year's stuff, let me know, because I'm in the mood to make some, doing like a roast together, everything we loved together. Bye.